So what is up, guys? Back for a quick little video. So nothing really special here. Maybe it could be a new sort of thing if it's sort of get some feedback, some views, some engagement, some likes and stuff. So it's a bit like a waffling topic, sort of where I just chat about something, more towards chatting about bikes. Of course, that's still the main sort of channel's topic here, but as you've seen, I've been posting regularly now, every Thursday, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m, depending on where you are. Regular videos, especially the long format. It's my ride videos, no talking above them, just sort of GoPro, turn them on, turn the GoPro off when I arrive back. So sort of that's what I've been going for. I have talked on a few of them, where it's sort of a quick kind of like hill climb trail view, sort of quickly get some commentary on about what I'm about to do. But apart from that, if you hear me talk during the videos, it's just me sort of huffing and puffing and sort of struggling with the bike or the current sort of track we're on. Whereas these sort of formats of videos is, as you see, I'm on a chair, you're on a tripod, and we're just in my room here, where we're just going to talk about sort of many thoughts about what's going on recently on a certain topic. So for today's, for example, quick sort of, that's the intro. So for today's one, it's mainly talking about the bike itself. So video number one is about my bike. So it's the Sherco 125 ME 2021 model. Sherco, what is Sherco? Sherco is actually a French brand. They're made in Nice, and so that's down the southeast in Provence area. Sherco, so this is sort of my, what would be, third bike now, or fourth bike if I remember precisely. I think around fourth. I've ridden a few, and I think for me it's sort of, if you can see the trail videos, it fits really well with the current conditions of the trails and what I've been doing. It does struggle a bit on the hill climbs, as being on 125 is lacking a bit of low end torque there, which is sort of the main problem I face, is that sort of first gear. Of course, with a bigger bike, like when we're riding the 300s in Bulgaria with Enduro ride, you could just start off in second gear easily, but on the 125 it's a bit different. You have to really get high up in the power band. So setting off, if you haven't got much run up to a hill climb, so if you see on the last week's video, if I'm posting this, last week's video, where you'll see a lot is all about hill climbs. I did a lot of hill climbs in that video, and you can just see where I struggle with not much run up to then have enough sort of power going up the hill. So whereas I would find with a bigger cylinder, bigger bore bike, that sort of comes with it, is that you have that higher torque. So that's sort of the only, for me, the few down points towards the bike. I currently recently changed from the HGS aftermarket pipe to the factory pipe, and you can see that on some of my shorts. I do post a lot of shorts as well, just to sort of in between, because it's quite easy, the shorts to do. So check out all those shorts. You can see when I first got the bike, a few sort of sound tests, and you can see one recently where it's a sound test between old pipe versus new pipe. So that's quite good. That's sort of the thing. I've had people ride the bike, they really enjoy it as well, sort of give the feedback on it. Suspension is great on the KWB, full suspension. I think for me, I would need to set it up, get someone to set it up. I'm not a suspension guru guy. If it's too soft or too hard, I think it would be quite good to get someone to come in, or even just the shop to come in and just like do sort of some suspension setup around on my weight. I do stay around the same weight, which is good, so I can sort of dial that into to be suited for me. And then the bike itself is great. Got two maps. I'll try and insert some footage on the edit here where you can see I'm switching maps and the difference. You really feel it. The first map is sort of a standard trail map, and then the second map, where you just flick it on the bar, you just flick it over, and it's a very sort of open field where you want a bit of a higher speed. You're able to pick up the revs. into a higher top end. So that's really interesting. First bike I've actually ridden with a map system, and I find it really fun just to sort of switch it up a bit. You know where, okay, you've got a nice piece of straight trail, or you're in a field and you just want to just full throttle. So that's what we'd do. There's a few clips here on the channel on, I think, 2 videos ago now, when I post this, where you can see I do a VMAX run in the woods, and I think for me it kind of does, I don't know, it does loop out quite quickly on VMAX or top speed if you want. So I think it could be a gearing thing there. I was talking with people on like online forums and stuff where if I should change maybe my main ring gears just so I can get some torque on the lower levels there. But apart from that, really happy with the bike, super comfortable. Recently though, the speedo isn't sort of working too well, so I don't know really what's up with that. But yeah, the speedo there, which I use mainly because when I fill the tank before I leave, and then I reset the odometer, and roughly per tank you get between 80 and 100 kilometers per tank, depending on riding style, of course. So that's what the main thing is, why I use the speedo really. Therefore, I'm not on the road much, and I mean, the trails, you're not really looking down on your speed, but it's good for that. That's the only sort of downfall, is just recently it's sort of started to play up. It can go, if you're on sort of full of the pipe, sort of on the top end sort of rev range, you do go through the fuel very quickly, I find. So you're on 80 to 100k is your limit on sort of range. Of course, on bigger bikes you can get a bit of range. One thing as well, of course, compared to newer, bigger bikes, you on the 125 you don't have the self mixing, so you still have to do your whatever percentage mix. I do a 2% mix. So yeah, you do your self mixing in your jerry can, in your fuel cans just before as well. So that's, of course, some people like it because you have sort of, you know what you're doing, we know what's going in, and whereas some people dislike sort of the auto mix because if it fails, you don't know if it's going to actually get oil to your engine and all that. So there's pros and cons. I prefer actually to sort of have the auto mix, so you just literally, you can go even to a petrol station, fill up, and you know that you're done because your self mix sort of reservoir is full up with oil. Apart from that, bike is very good, very reliable. I've just had a spark plug down me, and then I had to change that out with just a factory iridium spark plug. Apart from that, it's been, touch wood, very good. Just keeping it clean, maintaining, of course, regular maintenance, tightening the chain, greasing it, of course, and you got your air filters, washing it, and all that jazz. So regular stuff. So really, the videos have been sort of course, just trail stuff. There's been one video about gear. I will go a bit more gear in a bit. I think my gear wise, not much is going to change. I'm going to, in the next video, I will show a piece of gear that I think is fantastic, especially if you're filming, which is where you see the new different POV I have on my GoPro. Apart from that, I think my gear will stay the same, maybe some presents or something. I'm looking into actually a jacket for the colder autumn and winter rides, so sort of a rain jacket as well, that's probably needed. But we're waffling off here, which is, of course, the whole point of the video is to waffle, is just to chat about a specific topic. So, of course, as I mentioned, the main topic here is the bike itself. What else? I think for the bike, next will, of course, just be take it in for general maintenance as a service. I can do that as well, but just maybe a first checkup and get the speedo sorted. Next, I think maybe, as well, as I said, suspension setup. And that's the main thing, and it could need some tires soon, especially a rear tire. We're on mooses, so it's fully equipped with moose, but we'll need a new tire pretty soon, I think. The summer dry months, as you see in the videos, it's very rocky where we are, and it's really chewed through my rear tire. So maybe that could be a look into the future, switching up rear tires, of course. Apart from that, there's gonna be some more videos. I'm gonna do some more sort of cut up videos now, so just sort of maybe a smaller video, 10 minutes of just hill climbing clips. One as well is going to be sort of as well 2 strokes, so like 2 stroke sound, because I think this sounds really good. Just as a few more of those until I can kind of get some more riding footage for you guys. There's gonna be some gear stuff, and of course some more maybe waffling topics on what we think about sort of what's coming next and all sorts. So hope you enjoyed the video. Sort of a first sort of, we're diverging off the traditional sort of POV trail footage into something a bit different, sat down and a chat. Really is bike chat, waffle chat, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Maybe ChatGPT will help me call it. But so the first one of these. Hope you enjoy it. A bit of a face behind the helmet, of course, as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, see you in the next one.